we thought it'd be a good idea just to do a sort of a catch up on the journey from where the boys picked me up in Almeria. I know that they've come further than that, but I think we'll talk mainly about this series of videos that we shot. I just wanted to firstly thank everybody that followed us on YouTube. Nearly 100 people basically signed up and have been following the videos. So we're just going to talk about things that we did en route, things that we remember. And I had a number of people ask me about Gary and I being ill, and I just wanted to confirm that I did have COVID, and I totally recovered from that. We're not sure what Gary had. We think it was COVID, but I suffered for about 3 weeks, and Gary was probably more like 10 days, yeah?
Yeah.
But we're both fine now. And of course, David was bulletproof. He'd never actually got...
He's made of iron.
He didn't actually get ill at all, even though I tried to give him COVID.
Yeah,
we was kissing a few times. It didn't work though, did it?
Didn't work, mate.
Anyway,
no.
So let's talk about the highlights from
Gibraltar.
Yeah,
Well, Gibraltar was
Gib.
great, wasn't it? Spending time in Gibraltar, which is weird because you live in Spain and been there for the best part of 8, 9, 10 years, and you never ever visited it.
I've never been, no. But and it's a bit of a Marmite place. I think people either love it or they hate it. It's different.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed Gibraltar.
Vision right the way across Africa, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my first time in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
You went and saw your ancestors, didn't you?
I went and saw my monkeys up in the on the rock.
The monkeys were fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I also liked the runway as well.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
When I was in Spain as a teenager, I only ever stood on the Spanish side of that, looking at the runway. We never went across. But
when you're up at the top of the mountain looking down on
no,
it.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked it, and I liked the marina there as well. The marina was quite good.
Oh, Marina was fabulous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, it was good.
Which was strange because we parked the boat in exactly the same place that me and Tony had parked it 3 and a bit years before.
Yeah.
Exactly the same place.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
So
And then
then
we went over to Morocco,
yeah, that was then on to Morocco.
Tangiers.
Yeah, and that was interesting.
But it was lovely, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
first 2 streets were lovely anyway.
Yeah, the first 2 streets. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was different.
Well, we
Yeah.
went out on a day trip, didn't we, with a guide and took us to all the places, and that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caves of Hercules.
Yeah, well, I wasn't too impressed with the caves of Hercules, but it's still worth seeing.
Yeah.
But the coastal line,
Yeah, it was
and all
amazing.
the
Wasn't
gardens all the way down the coastal
it? Oh, it
line.
was fabulous, wasn't
I
it?
mean, I didn't think Tangiers would be anything like that.
No, considering how close it is to Spain, and bearing in mind just across everything is dry and is desert effectively.
Yeah.
Just across everything was green.
Yeah,
They seemed to water everything, the grass, and anyway, it was
And the
great.
marina staff at the end were disappointed, weren't they, Lee? Because we tried to check out and they made it so difficult. In the end, we didn't stop at the other 2 places in
Yeah,
Morocco where we were going to stop.
Yeah, and for those that didn't know why, we didn't stop in the other places in Morocco. It was all because of the drones. We had 3 drones between us, I think, and they caused all kinds of problems. They want to lock them up, and then they want to charge you as well. You have to pay a tax, even though they're second hand. They want you to pay
4% of the value of the cost of them new.
Yeah, but they you tell them what you think it's worth, and then they charge you the tax on that. All a bit stupid, really. But anyway, so that wasn't a particularly good experience, was it?
Well, we wanted to go to Casablanca and Rabat, didn't we?
Yeah, and we didn't get it. So we went straight from there to the islands, the Canaries, and went straight to Lanzarote, which was lovely marina there.
Rubicon.
Fantastic marina.
Lucky to get in there as well, I think. Lucky to get in there.
Well, we didn't think we was going to get a marina, did we, at first? We went
Yeah.
on anchor. We rang a few places and nobody said they had any spots.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, I've got no chance of getting in Rubicon because Tony is in and out of there a few times a year, and he said you need to book it 2 years ahead. Well, I took the chance the next morning because we had guests coming out.
Yeah.
Gina came out for one,
That's it.
and Jane came out with Tony,
Yeah.
and we had another guest come out, and I thought, well, we can't sit on anchor for 2 weeks.
No.
So I thought, let's ring Rubicon. There's no chance of getting in there, but we rang them, and yeah,
Yeah.
and they got us straight in.
And
we
what-
had a really good spot in the marina.
And what a restaurant that was. It had everything.
Oh, it's beautiful, wasn't it? the
Yeah,
marina?
everything, all
Yeah.
restaurants and
Yeah.
clothes shops and had everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
super marina. We
Provisioning
did-
was a little bit slim, wasn't it? If you remember, we only had sort of two. Mind you saying that, we drove out to the big one in the end, the Lidl's, didn't we?
It was
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had to go out of town, but anything around the marina in terms of provisioning wasn't that great.
No, we had an Aldi's there as well.
Yeah, we went to Aldi's and Lidl's a few times.
Aldi's and
didn't we?
Lidl's,
Stocked
didn't
up,
we? Yeah.
and we was able to get really good meat and, well, anything you wanted.
Yeah.
The only pattern that seems to have emerged from all the marinas that we've been into is we've always had the spot furthest away from anywhere.
but for transit, that's normal.
Yeah.
The same as we
Yeah.
are here.
All
Oh,
the
yeah.
locals were
Yeah.
inside the
Yeah.
marina.
Same,
anyone
yeah,
transit
exactly.
on the outside.
Anyone paying on a yearly contract's over there close to the office and the facilities.
Yeah, of course.
That's always the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, we did the trip down to Mindelo.
Well, before that, we stopped off over at,
Oh, Fuerteventura.
yeah, which
At
we
the
ended
end
up
there.
with 4 other yachts.
Which was lovely.
Yeah,
Because
beautiful.
Dave got that great bit of video. He did that
Drone shot,
that
yeah.
360
Oh,
around the
360
boat.
drone, yeah.
Great bit of video there.
The colours were amazing.
And the
weren't
colours were amazing. I think that was at sunrise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun was coming up. It lit everything up, all golden colour.
That
It was
was
lovely.
Got
Yeah.
a great shot.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then we left there and then dropped down to Cabo Verde, Mindelo.
Which was 7 days, was it? Or was
Yeah,
it 6
about
days?
yeah.
6
Was
or
it
7?
or was it 8?
Well, it was
7.
1,000
Anyway, it was a week.
1,000 miles.
1,000 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've done it in 6-7 days.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was an interesting sail. Was that was the sail where we
the
saw
dolphins night and day.
the dolphins?
Oh.
They stayed with us throughout the night and day.
The dolphins that were there was that big school of dolphins
Yeah.
that were just huge. Never seen a school of dolphins like that before.
And probably for me,
Yeah.
one of the highlights was the bioluminescence. I saw that
yeah.
night on Night Watch, and
Yeah.
you then saw it, didn't
Yeah,
you?
and unfortunately
It's
we
just-
couldn't.
video it.
Was that
No.
when it was foggy as well?
It wasn't so much foggy. It was just quite windy, and it was just dark, wasn't it?
It was-
But
yeah, it
the,
could-
the moon weren't even out, and
That's
the
right.
bioluminescence from the
So
fish
as
and
those
dolphins.
were coming through, they looked like ghosts.
Yeah.
They looked like ghosts, and you could on both sides of the boat as
Well,
well.
they left a
was-
light trail behind
yeah.
them, didn't they?
And
It's crazy.
unfortunately, because it was night, we couldn't film that, which was a real shame.
No, well, I did try.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't come out.
But also, was that where we saw the turtles sleeping?
Yeah, that was on that journey, wasn't it?
It was that when we came out of Fuerteventura,
the
it was
first
really
day- the
it
first
was
day
really
we saw
calm.
us,
It was
yeah.
really calm,
Yeah.
and we was motoring,
We were
Yeah.
the first day we had to motor, yeah.
and we saw those turtles just laying. We must have seen about
20?
turtles,
Yeah.
all just laying there having a kip.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we actually got close to them that they then woke up, and you shot a great bit of video of the turtle diving with the 2 remoras.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I thought it got a plastic bag attached to him or something. It was only when we zoomed in on it and slowed it down. That we could see it was actually 2
There was
remoras.
one underneath and
One on top. Yeah,
Yeah.
really interesting. Yeah,
And that
really
water
interesting.
was just like a mill pond,
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
it? It was
yeah, it was
just
lovely.
so clear.
Yeah, not ideal for sailing,
No.
and we did have to wait a couple of days for some
Yeah.
wind.
Actually, you're right. It was almost 2 days
It was-
under engine.
yeah, it
and
was.
then the wind came
And then
along
the wind
blew us
came
down,
along.
didn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we got a fish jumping around at the back of the boat here. Yeah, and our time in Mindelo.
Well, we spent a month there,
Yeah,
and
which
we weren't impressed with Mindelo, really, were we? There were some
No.
beautiful spots, but
yeah,
most of it was, and the provisioning was just,
Yeah, it was bad. wasn't
oh,
it? Yeah, it was bad.
Provisioning.
except for the last day when I found a proper supermarket
After a month.
behind the back of the marina that
Yeah.
none of us had seen. We used all these other stores which were just rubbish.
yeah,
You couldn't get hardly any fresh meat.
yeah,
Fresh fruit and vegetables were hen's teeth. And what about eggs? Trying to get eggs.
yeah. And the fish,
Bread.
oh yeah, eggs after 10 o'clock,
But we was lucky.
Eggs
we got
after
into a
10
shop
o'clock.
and we got 3 boxes of
3
about
trays.
30 or 24 eggs in a
That
tray.
was the butcher shop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was lucky.
The only thing that you could see was fresh was all the locals turning up at the fish market, buying the fish, and
Yeah.
then selling that in the street. The only problem was with
Flies
that
everywhere.
it was just like Fly City. Yeah, it wasn't
No,
really the kind of thing you'd want to buy.
no.
But it was all fresh fish.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Didn't look very hygienic.
It didn't
did
look very hygienic.
No.
No. I mean, it is obviously, a third world country, isn't it?
Yeah.
But people go there for holidays.
People were friendly. I didn't
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
I didn't feel.
No.
You know, some people said you got to be careful because there was. Well,
We-
our neighbours had their tender stolen.
We
Didn't
had,
they?
yeah, exactly. but we never had any trouble.
We had no trouble at all.
No.
But yeah, our neighbours had come off one of the other islands. I can't remember what island it was, but they'd come into Mendello from one of the other islands, and they'd had their tender stolen that night. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We gave her a lift to the.
Well, that's the problem.
to
Your
the
tender
dock,
is
didn't
your
we?
car, isn't it? Without
Yeah.
it, how do you get to shore or
yeah.
into marinas and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
So we gave her a lift in, and
Oh,
I
she
don't know
was-
what she'd done in the end about getting another boat.
She was from Martinique, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
You went home for 4 or 5 days, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the UK.
Left Dave and I on our own. We had all that trouble with that ship that was that was moored
Get
in
out
the
of
corner.
my way.
It was
You
obviously
don't
some
think
kind of
he's-
fuel boat.
You don't think it's the other way around? He had a load of trouble with you.
Yeah, well, actually, he did.
He had
yeah,
the right
because
to come through that.
we had that you were quite right. But we did something that we thought, oh, yeah, let's just when he wants to go, let's just pull up. Let's just actually motor forward towards the chain, maybe towards the anchor, maybe 20
Let him
meters.
through and in
Let
reverse.
him through, and then drop back again. And of course, he'd gone and fueled up some boat somewhere and
Well,
come
we
back.
realised, didn't we,
And he was still eating.
He was out every day for 3
Yeah.
or 4 hours. We think fuel bunkering the cruise liners.
Yeah,
And of
exactly.
course, he was always going to come back in the same day.
Yeah, but we at the time we didn't know that.
No.
We thought it was just one, But anyway, then we moved. We had no choice but move.
Yeah.
So that's where we ended up in the same spot until we went in the marina, and we
Yeah.
had a few days in the marina, didn't we?
Yeah.
Had the scooters out, death
did.
trap scooters,
Oh.
Worst scooters I've ever rented anywhere.
absolute death trap.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nothing worked.
They wouldn't even start most of the
no,
time.
they wouldn't start most of the
We had
time.
to kickstart them.
Yeah, exactly. But and we went on some trips. Went to see not the dolphins, the turtles.
Yeah, that was quite
And
nice,
we
wasn't
had
it?
a snorkel with the turtles, which was interesting.
Yeah. Nice bit of food on
Yeah.
the in the beach bar there,
Nice,
which was nice.
Exactly.
That bar was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
and the food
And then,
wasn't bad.
and then, unfortunately, the last meal that we had there was
Oh,
a
stop.
major disappointment. We'd been to this restaurant near the marina the day before, and
You know
had-
the name of that restaurant? I can't remember.
Nautilus.
Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus. Yeah.
And it's right close to the marina, and we all Amanda had a steak the night before. What steak did she have? It was a
Well, David had steak as well.
did you have the steak as well the night
No,
before?
I had the fish. I had the mahi mahi
That's right, you had mahi mahi and I had the
prawn.
I had the prawn hot pot type thing, which was lovely,
Yeah.
but Amanda had a steak, and what was it, rump steak?
No, it was fillet steak.
It was fillet steak, and she gave us we all sampled it, and it was absolutely lovely. So we decided for our last night to go back there for our final meal, and we all had the same thing, and it turned up
Well, it was
ice cold.
not cooked.
Not cooked at all. They'd only literally just showed it a bit of warmth somewhere, and then
Yeah.
put it on the plate, and it was stone cold, and we had to send it back. Really disappointed with that.
Yeah. And they did bring the same steaks back
And
up again.
they brought the same steaks back and just fried
And
and
the
flashed
next day,
them.
I went down with an illness. So
And the next
was
day,
it
Gar-
food
yes,
poisoning?
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
The Windex, we had that repaired the day before we left.
Yeah, so everything that we had a problem with that was in one of the videos all got sorted. We had a problem with the Windex, that got resolved. We had a problem with our shower pump,
Yep.
which Gary bought a new shower pump out. That got replaced.
Yep. And it
Um,
works absolutely fine.
So everything was fine. The guys pointed out to us when they went up the mast that the radar connection looked a bit rusty, and we think that's what we had a problem with. We had this intermittent dropout with the radar.
Yeah, the radar occasionally goes into standby mode,
Yeah.
and we have to return it back on, and it does it 2 or 3 times a night, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Or
on
most
the,
nights it
on the other occasion, it disappeared completely from the
There's
no
control
radar,
panel.
didn't
It
it?
just disappeared as if we
Yeah.
didn't have radar.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we was concerned about the AIS after on day 3, I think it was. We was all concerned about AIS because it just disappeared. We
couldn't see nothing, could we?
anybody.
Yep.
But we've come to the conclusion, and maybe someone might
So
know
our
about this.
AIS is a B class,
Yeah,
and the other big ships like your cargo ships, your cruise ships, your fuel tankers, they've got what's called an
A class.
A class AIS.
Yeah.
An AIS, for those that don't know, stands for Automatic Identification System, and it means we can look at our chart plotter, and it will show us a picture of boats all over it within a certain mile radius.
Yeah.
And we can work out what course they're on, what speed they're on, what type of vessel they are, how big they are.
Yeah.
And that's really critical information, especially on night passages.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to see where boats are in terms of their destination and the course that they're making, and if you haven't got that information, you're then relying on your radar picking them up, or your visual sight of picking up their navigation lights. And that was what was intermittent, but we think every so often when we went past a big cargo vessel, which probably had an A-class responder, it then brought ours back in line.
Yeah, boosted our
We
signal.
don't know, we're not sure.
Yeah.
Well, because it's connected to VHF, then I'm guessing that the receiving and the transmitting is, well, the receiving part of it is only as good as your VHF, maybe. Again, we'd never been out that, and as I said, maybe someone can answer that who's done that crossing and had a similar problem, maybe. But anyway, so it was a new experience for us.
Yeah, we did see some. If you went on
When we
the charts,
Yeah.
like Vessel Finder or Marine Traffic, you could see that they hadn't been seen for 3 days, 4 days.
so
Other boats that
exactly.
were on their
Yeah,
own
but
in
then
the ocean.
luckily we had Starlink to be able to do that. If you didn't have Starlink or internet connection,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to do
you
it.
wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
Yeah. So just so people know, for the whole journey we had Starlink, which means that we could carry on watching Netflix and YouTube. And
Yeah.
So we had entertainment at night time. Our shift system en route when we left Mindelo and set off for St Martin, our route here, which was given to us, suggested to us by Predict Wind, meant that we was going to spend 16 days at sea, and that's what it predicted, and showed us basically the way to go, which in the end we kind of ignored anyway, and we did our own thing, and it worked out really quite perfect. Predict Wind was showing that we was going to have a hull and have to motor for 4 days, and in the end we didn't motor at all.
Well, it came up with 40% at one point that you may have to have an engine on.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had an engine on, but the first few hours coming out of Mindelo, and after
that was
we
it.
sailed right the way across until literally
Yeah, to
Outside.
To
we dropped the
outside.
sails out here
Yeah,
and put the engines
Yeah,
on.
no, it worked. That worked perfectly.
We sailed something like 2,150 odd miles out of a 2,200 mile passage.
Yeah.
I think less than 50 miles we've done under engine.
And that route, so Gary was ill for the first week and wasn't really eating, and at that stage I was okay. We worked out a shift system which worked really well, and we all did the same shift every night. So we split the 12 hours of darkness into 4-hour shifts, so we did 4 hours each, and we did the same shift. So my shift was mine shift. That's that cruise ship.
Yes, 4 to 8 years.
4 till 8.
So mine was 4. Was it 4 to 8? Oh,
4
yeah,
to
4
8.
o'clock in the morning till 8
So
o'clock.
mine was
So
8 p.m. till 12,
That's
Dave was
it.
12 till 4 a.m. and you was 4 a.m. to 8 a.m.
And it worked perfectly. Other boats tend to swap their shifts around to give everybody a different.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it disrupts your sleep.
Yeah, it knocks you out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Takes you
So
out of
the
sequence.
system that we
was
came
fine,
up
wasn't
with
it?
was absolutely perfect. So en route, what did we have that was en route that was memorable?
Well, got to be the dolphins.
Yeah, we didn't see any.
No, we didn't see any.
but
Isn't that from Mindelo?
Oh,
to
We're
the
sorry.
coming,
After, coming here.
The
right,
fishing,
okay,
don't
coming
get
here.
Coming. Sorry, we left Mindelo. We're coming here.
Yeah,
Dave.
okay.
Yeah, we didn't see any dolphins.
We
In
didn't
fact-
mention the dolphins
in fact, we
on
didn't
our
see-
first part of the
Yeah,
trip,
we
did we?
Yeah, we did.
We said we had the dolphins
Yeah, we
come
did.
all the way down with us.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
mention
didn't have
that.
dolphins on the second part. We
We
kept
didn't-
saying it. When are we ever going to see
Yeah.
dolphins?
We didn't see. In fact,
yeah.
we didn't see anything. We did see something right at the end when we got caught in that squall.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you said? It was
David
either
saw
a
it
small
jumping out,
whale or
jumping out.
something. We saw something jumping.
Yes, we
in
did.
The,
That was
Yeah,
only
yeah.
about 20 or 30 miles
But-
off of here.
but that was it. Other
Yeah.
than that, the only
Yeah.
thing that we saw was the fish that we caught.
Yep.
The fish that landed on the boat at night time, and we had loads of them.
Loads of them.
Flying
The
fish.
boat caught more fish than what we did. The
Yeah,
old flying
flying
fish.
fish.
We even,
Yeah.
I think I said in one of the videos, we even found one up there on the fly bridge,
Yeah.
which is a good 12 or maybe 15 foot above water level, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was up there on the on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rocket booster.
Yeah. Squalls.
Yeah, a few squalls.
Non-stop. And we've had them since we've been here.
Yeah.
So squalls,
Yeah.
swell,
Yeah.
loads of swell. Like
The occasional boat.
The occasional boat.
But I think
Three.
we went
We
3,
saw
4
one-
days without even 5 days without even seeing
Is
a
it
boat.
anything?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So the fishing. The
Yeah.
fishing was good.
Yeah.
And we caught some good fish, and we ate everything we caught.
Yeah.
Apart from on the last day, we caught a trevally,
You put it
Yeah.
back in though.
which we threw back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, the fishing was good. So we had the squalls. we had some great food along the way.
How well did the Code Zero work?
Mm.
Yeah.
Amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Code Zero was up most of the time.
Yep.
Apart from when we were dodging squalls, we might take it down or take it
Well,
down.
we're wing on wing a lot of the time, weren't we, as well,
Yeah.
Yep.
with the little jib out. It made it balance quite nice, and
Yeah.
at times we were doing 12 knots, which
So the wind was
nice.
coming straight from
From the
behind the boat or just on the quarter, and then that means that sails, we set them up like a parachute, just basically pushes the boat along, and the swell follows it. So
We did buy a proper cruising chute.
The Oxley Borer.
Yeah, for this actual journey, but she's massive, and
Yeah.
if you get it wrong,
so we didn't get to use that.
it could put you in a bit of danger if you don't drop it down before the winds pick up. And to be honest, we had almost 25 knots of wind constant all the way throughout.
Yeah.
I think the most we saw was over 30 or 35, was it, at one
Yeah,
point?
35. Yeah.
And then I think the rest of the time it was anywhere between, the lowest really constant was about 15.
Yeah. And I think, Lee, you worked out what our average was for the whole journey.
Six
Yeah, it
knots,
was 6 knots.
About 6 knots.
Overall 6 knots. Yeah,
which is exactly the same speed that was in the polars
yeah, exactly.
for this boat.
Exactly. So look, we've got a squall coming through now,
Yeah,
so
we
it's
have.
starting to rain.
Yeah, it's starting to absolutely belt down. And we just hung all our washing up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's only the tail there. That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so there wasn't a great deal to see on the way over.
So we got here to St Martin, and now it's raining very heavy. Yeah. So we got here to St Martin, and we've been out on a few road trips. Had some nice food, especially here on the restaurant on the beach here.
Oh, that's
that
fantastic
restaurant
food, isn't
yesterday,
it?
And,
Yeah.
and we went there a couple of days before that.
Yeah.
And there's a famous beach here, which is down by the airport, which people turn up in their droves to film there, because the aeroplanes come in and they're just at lamppost level by the time they go
Mayo
over the beach.
Beach, yeah.
Mayo Beach, yeah, which was fun. So we got, and that video that I shot there, which was a bit of a fluke, because most people film the planes coming towards them.
Yeah.
And even though I had my sunglasses on, I managed to capture 5 seconds of it coming over my head.
Yeah.
And
that was the
to
money
date,
shot,
to
wasn't
date, that's had 11,300 views on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
mad.
You know, that's your good looks.
yeah, that had something to do with it. I think maybe if I didn't have any clothes on, it might have helped. But, yeah,
No, you
not-
wouldn't have got 11,000
not
views.
not. There's a mosquito there. Not this shirt that you gave me.
No, that shirt's lovely.
No, this shirt's too
Makes
big.
you look fat, doesn't it?
That makes me look fat. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too big for me. Okay, so
And then we went to Orient Beach, and we had lunch in the restaurant called Roasty.
Yeah.
That was superb.
Oh,
It was
yeah, that was
Beach-
lovely, wasn't it?
beach-
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
it's their
Yeah.
number one beach here. Orient.
Yeah, that was lovely.
and this marina that we're in now is actually a national park. So we're surrounded by forest on one side, and we see all the time monkeys and coming down towards the boat, and
Iguanas.
there's huge iguanas everywhere. They're
Yeah.
everywhere, and they're swimming as well. We see them swimming in the
Yeah, they go from one side of the bay to the other, don't
yeah,
they?
on the fairway down there. We see them swimming backwards and forwards.
And this is probably one of the most picturesque marinas
Yeah.
I've ever been in.
Well, the entrance to it, never seen
Oh.
anything like it. Yeah,
No.
but again, we videoed that,
Yeah, it's a
and
long causeway to come
long
in and it's
causeway.
just beautiful.
And as you come up, you've got the beach on the right with the
Yeah.
restaurants behind. Absolutely stunning. Yeah,
and then
we
you've got
loved
all
it.
the valleys up here,
Yeah,
all the national park.
Yeah.
And then on the way down, you've just got loads and loads of iguanas sitting there.
that's it.
Beautiful.
So, this is the week before Christmas that we're filming this. And so, what's the plan for Christmas, guys? Who's doing what?
Well, you still going home today. We did rent a car, so we've got a car here. So I'm going to take the boys back to the airport in a couple of hours. They're flying back off home to their loved ones. Lee's got to make his way back to Spain, so he's got to fly into France, the same as David. And then they take different planes back to the UK. David's going to Heathrow, you're going to
Gatwick.
And then you've got to get another flight a couple of days later from
The
Gatwick
following
back
day.
to
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah, so I'll be
So there's a
home.
bit of travelling for them to do. I'm staying on the boat over Christmas and New Year. David's hoping to get back out here around about the 6th of January.
Yep.
The problem I've got is the berth is only up until the 28th, so in between Christmas and New Year, I rather need to beg the marina to find me a spot, which he has said he will do everything he can. Really nice marina office manager over there, Pierre. But if he can't find me a spot, because the spot we're in he's already taken from the 28th, I've got to take the boat out on my own,
Yeah.
put it on anchor out there, which is not a problem. And then maybe a few more days later, if one comes available, I can get back in before David comes back.
Yeah.
But whilst David's away, I'm going to start looking into insurance, because technically this boat's got to go down to Suriname under the insurance
That you're with now.
yeah, but it finishes in March.
Yeah.
And of course March isn't the end of the sailing season.
No.
So technically, although this has to go to Suriname, it
Yeah.
doesn't, because we're sailing in the area that we're allowed to sail in under
Sure.
insurance for these months that we're here.
Yeah.
So what I've got to try and do is see if I can find a different insurance company that will allow me to take it to the Grenadines
Yeah.
or Grenada.
Grenada. Yeah.
Um,
And I can have a word with Lucas and see what he can do for you
yeah,
down
so
there.
Lee's brother Lou, that's been watching us sail across the Atlantic and giving us some information on weather and stuff, his son works at one of the big marinas in Grenada.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that it's about 400 odd miles from here. That means going south.
Yeah.
And then that makes it easy for us next season to come back up
Yeah.
to get into Florida
Yeah.
for January.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've got to go north and go right up into Charleston.
But going south does
South
kind of
Carolina.
make going south does kind of make sense, doesn't it?
If I don't want to go all the way down to Suriname.
No, of course
because
not.
that's 1,200 miles away, and I've got to come back
Yeah, of course.
1,200 miles.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the. So what's the plan for the new year? What are you guys up to in the new year?
Well, once we find out what insurance we can get, that will determine as to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So in terms of sailing, we're rather going to go south down to Grenada. Once we get to
Yeah,
Grenada
and
at
island-
the end of May,
island
which the
hop on the
season
way.
finishes,
Yeah.
David will probably go back home for
Yeah.
a while. I might put the boat up for sale.
Yeah.
So then I don't even have to think about bringing it all the way up to
Yeah.
Florida.
No.
I might be able to sell the boat. If I can sell the boat in the winter period whilst I'm living on board,
Yeah.
I'll then get a shipping container to get everything off that's personally mine, get that sent up to Florida.
Yeah.
And then I'll island up. I'll just stay on one
You'll
island
bum around.
after another for a month.
Yeah, because you're going to go to China in January to see the new boat.
Well, we were going to be flying out around about the 8th, 9th, 10th or something like that. It's now turned out that the engineer Dylan, who's Celine's chief engineer, he wants us to be there when we visit to see the new boat.
Yeah, of course.
Because he wants to make some more recommendations around some of the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
They also need to know all the chart plotters that you have in, all the electronics,
Yeah.
navigation equipment.
Yeah.
And I got a phone call from Celine yesterday saying that would you be prepared to come out later in January,
Oh, okay.
because Dylan will be in China
Yeah, right. Okay.
and he can sit down in a meeting with you and discuss more about
Okay.
where the wiring needs to be run.
And that the new boat is planned for delivery the beginning of 2027.
January
2027.
Yeah.
So you've got this season. I say this season in the Caribbean because this season runs till about
May.
May, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got
And
this.
then you have to be out the hurricane
Yeah,
zone.
exactly. So
North or south.
So this season you're going to be doing a bit of hopping down the islands and then put the boat somewhere safe.
And then maybe put it up for south.
and then hopefully next season you're going to then island hop back the other way. Hopefully, assuming
Yeah.
you go south, you're going to end up in Miami, or the boat will have sold before then.
Yeah. If the boat
where-
doesn't sell, we've
yeah.
got to get it to Florida,
Exactly.
to Palm Beach,
Yeah.
where the new boat's being delivered.
Yeah.
And the rep that's the agent for the new boat,
Yeah.
he's quite happy to market it and sell it.
Yeah.
So it means taking one boat
Okay.
and then leaving the other one there.
And then 2027, your plan would be after the boat show, because Gary's new boat is in the boat show.
Two boat shows.
two
we've
boat
got to do,
shows.
one in February and one in March.
The plan is then to do the Bahamas first,
Yeah.
because that's on the
we
doorstep.
can do
effectively.
8 weeks. Again, you've got to worry about the hurricane season finishing in May. So if I do January collection of the boat,
Yeah.
February one boat show, March Miami boat show,
Yeah.
then I want to do May over in
Yeah.
Bahamas, and
Yeah,
I've
you're-
got to be
you're
out
cutting it a bit
at
fine.
the end of May
Yeah. Okay.
to get it up to North Carolina to be out of the hurricane
Yeah,
season.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
And then the following year, it'll be back
Yeah.
over to the Bahamas, and then over to British Virgin Islands and work our way down.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Dave, your plan is to do as much of that with Gary as you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, Gina and I both tied up for effectively this season because we've got a trip planned. We're doing the Pacific. We're doing the South Pacific and the North Pacific. So from Sydney all the way through the Pacific up to Alaska. So we're a month on
Amazing.
a month on that, and then we're taking a train across Canada and seeing family in Toronto. So
Ah,
that
beautiful.
that means this from it kind of takes us out the equation. But I'm hoping, and
Next year,
I'm
January,
hoping,
February
I'm
time, yeah.
hoping that we can
Yeah.
do something. We can rejoin Team Reality and do something on the new boat maybe, or
And also, you said
or
Mickey-
later.
That's when Mickey made a comment that he might come out.
Well,
with Brian.
yeah, Mickey. I'm hoping I might see tomorrow, maybe, in at Gatwick. Mickey threatened to come out with one of our other friends, Brian. So we'll see how that
It'd be nice if
turns
they
out.
would get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's about it. Anyway, we hope everybody has had a great Christmas, and we wish you all the best for 2026. And
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
And
Christmas,
cheers to you
everyone.
guys, and thanks for a great time, guys.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
has,
brilliant.
It has
Brilliant.
been fun.
Absolutely
Yeah,
fabulous.
it's been
Fantastic.
fun.